Welcome to the Pulse with Peter B. I'm your host, Peter Biancamano. Let's get you to the pulse on everything you need to know. And we are here at the beautiful Jubilee Center, located at 601 Jackson Street in Hoboken, New Jersey. And we are so excited because there's a lot of hot tickets in town, but nothing more hot than the early childhood education admissions in this town. And the people joining me for the first part of the segment and the second part of the segment are instrumental in obviously not only accepting the children, but, teaching our wonderful 3 and 4-year-olds. And that is, in the first part of the segment, Kim Mara, who's the Director of Early Childhood Education. Kim, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Peter. Nice to be here.
Exactly. And might I say, you look great with registration coming up,
I'm making it through.
Exactly. And Zulma Ortiz, who is a family advocate for Mile Square Early Learning. Thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, of course.
Very excited.
Yeah, I could tell. Yeah, you're getting me even more excited. That's difficult. And of course, Evelyn Hayes, who is the family advocate for the Hopes Cap Early Learning. Thank you so much.
Thank you for coming. Oh, thank you for having me.
No, no, we came here, so that's
thank you for coming to the Jubilee.
Exactly. Thank you so much. Kim, let's start with you, Miss Mara. As I mentioned at the top of the show here, it is extremely filled all the time. The slots for the early childhood, our pre-K 3 and our pre-K 4 programs. Registration deadlines are coming up. And I think there's a couple important messages that you want to.
There are. So first and foremost, we have our preschool information session coming on Friday, February 21st. We have 2 openings for that. We have a morning session and an afternoon session, just kind of going over everything with registration, what that looks like, what goes into it. And then March 24th to the 28th is registration week. So that's a big time. Big ticket item for everyone in Hoboken.
Exactly. And you and I were talking before the segment started about the number of students in our early childhood education. I mean, just 10, 15 years ago, I think that number was at 300, and we are at
around 1,000 students with our general education and our special education classrooms.
That is unbelievable. Exactly.
And it's spread out around 8 different locations. So we have 770, Brant, Calabro, Connors, here Jubilee, Rue, St. Francis, and Wallace.
Wow. Well, I'm surprised I can barely remember my name and my title. But anyway, but it takes a team. And that's why you have wonderful team members here, right?
We do. We have 2 wonderful providers, Mile Square and Hopes. Mm-hmm. And Mile Square has been with us just the same amount of time as Hopes, about 25 years. They've been here and servicing the preschool students in our district. And the families and the students would be so blessed to have family advocates like Zulma and Evelyn here who work with them and their families, and they are a key component to our preschool programs.
That is fantastic. And we're blessed to have you on the program. So now to Zulma and Evelyn, same question for the 2 of you. We'll start with Zulma. And that is basically how you guys work with the district. You guys are different providers. You're not under the same company, but you do provide resources and so on and so and under contract with the Hoboken District Schools. How do you work with the district and also, more importantly, with parents who have their son or daughter in the schools? Zulma, you first. Yeah.
So for me particularly, keeping the parents informed and involved. So working with the district, I am the initial person who will take all of their paperwork, have them fill out their enrollment packet. I basically hold their hand, though, especially for first-time parents who have never had a child in a Mile Square, in a school setting, basically, not just Mile Square, but Hopes. We kind of just work hand in hand. We take, if parents need resources for their children, if they feel their children are struggling, that go-to between the parent and the teacher, the go-to between the parent and even the district. If there's not something I can provide for them, I will reach out to my director, who in turn will reach out to Miss Mara. But basically, our job is to make sure that the parents understand that they're not alone. Their children are our children. Like, that's the main thing. My kids went through Mile Square, both of them. Wow. They went and we loved it. We had an amazing experience. So I can't speak highly of the early childhood program here in Hoboken.
Terrific. So. Evelyn, anything to add on that?
Yeah, just we're like, I like to say, like, we are like the first connecting for the, once they do the registration process, we meet them with like at the intake process. So we get to know them before like they meet with like the teachers and things like that. So we kind of just get them comfortable on that, that whole process going into. And then with difference between like with the Mile Square and the Hopes, like we also work with Head Start. So we work with more like the income based. So we, with my side of the family advocate and the other Hopes, we work with like helping families with, goal setting and trying to help them better themselves, and how we can collaborate with our our resources outside with the BOE, or even if it's our own Hopes program, community programs, or other programs within Hoboken or outside to better assist the families, whatever needs that they may have. So we just all come together, to community-based and the schools, to work together.
That is terrific. And Miss Mara, I want you to add on to that, because the public schools have resources, sitting right here that can help, as Ms. Ortiz mentioned, first-time parents, and as Evelyn mentioned, they're there for you. Why is that so important, especially for maybe financially disadvantaged students in town?
School in general is a super big step for anybody, and to put your child into a school setting after never being in one before and sitting back and going, oh my goodness, what do I do here? And to know that you have services and people who are there to help reach out, understand what you're going through, and really pull that in is super important. And on top of what they do, we have We Passport, we have parent trainings. We had one this morning about health. So we do a lot of different things to make sure that these parents know what's going on in their child's classroom, and can be an active supporter in their education.
Well, fantastic. Unfortunately, we are out of time for this half of the segment. But Miss Mary, you're not going anywhere. You're staying right there. We are going to bring in some teachers in the next half segment. Zuma Ortiz, Evelyn Hayes, thank you for all your hard work for this district and for all the parents. We really, really appreciate it. And not more importantly, less importantly, for coming on The Pulse.
Thank you for having us.
Of course. Thank you. All right, folks, back in just a few short seconds. All right, as promised, Miss Mara is still here, the Director of Early Childhood Education here at the Hoboken District Schools. Thank you for staying with us.
Anytime.
Appreciate it. And then we're joined by two professionals in their fields, and I know I'm going to get their titles wrong, but that's okay. I'm going to try it. And that is Nicola Legal, who is the PIC, which stands for
Preschool Instructional Coach.
See, that's why I made you say it and not me. And of course, Carolyn Best, who's our PERS. I don't even want to try it. Go ahead.
Preschool Intervention and Referral Specialist.
So I'm just going to call him Pick and Purse.
Thank
you so much for coming on. I really, really appreciate it. And for opening the windows. It was a little hot in here last night. The audience didn't notice. Ms. Mara, we're going to start with you, though.
Okay.
We spoke a lot about family involvement, how families could apply with their 3- and 4-year-olds coming up in the next few months. Let's talk about curriculum. Let's talk about what families can expect having their son or daughter start either pre-K3 or pre-K4.
One of the things I love about our preschool program is our curriculum, and that is Tools of the Mind. So not only do you have an academic-based program, but it really focuses on social emotional skills and self-regulation. So you get a really nice foundation to start off the rest of their learning.
That is phenomenal.
Yeah.
And Nicole, I guess on to you, as her direct supervisors, and Cameron, this question's for you as well, for it's both of you. How do you shape the curriculum and assist Ms. Mara in making sure Tools of the Mind is fundamental to our 3- and 4-year-olds?
So we're really responsible for, coaching the teachers in the curriculum. Something really great about Tools is for our 3- and 4-year-olds, they don't want to sit at a desk all day and learn. So Tools of the Mind gives them the opportunity to learn through make-believe play.
Wow, really? That is phenomenal. Cameron, Dad, yeah.
Well, and as a PERS specialist, we really help with coaching, and we provide professional development to teachers so that they can teach children social emotional skills, which is, what they need in order to be self-regulated and emotionally regulated in order to learn.
Yeah, no. And Ms. Mara, we spoke about this in the last segment. It's really a well-oiled team here. I mean, you have people who are helping out, like Evelyn and Zuma, who are helping out parents fill out applications, to our specialist on set with us, where I feel very nervous because I am far less qualified than anybody on set right now, who are literally training teachers to make sure that your students, your children at home are learning these fundamentals. How important is that to have this team in place?
It's super important. And I think that being said, us having the group that we have and how well everybody works together really provides an experience unlike any other.
Yeah.
So we're really lucky in Hoboken to have such a great group of people come together to support our almost 1,000 students. And
So 1,000 students, how many teachers?
65
65.
classroom teachers, and then you have a teacher's assistant in each classroom.
Wow, you guys are busy then, huh,
We
Nicole?
are. I mean, we're one of four. So there's
Yeah.
4 preschool intervention and referral specialists.
And for preschool instructional coaches.
Yeah.
And that's terrific. I mean, and that just goes to show you the resources that the district and the Board of Education and Dr. Johnson is giving to early childhood by providing all of these specialty personnel to train people. Best part of Nicole and Karen, I'm going to go to you. The best part of your job, you know, basically teaching the teachers and teaching the teachers, right? And training them.
We get to get into the classroom and spend time with the kids, which is really nice.
Nice.
Yeah. I think it's the growth that we see in the children and even in the teachers as we're coaching them. Like we see them grow professionally and we see the children grow in their ability to regulate and to learn. It's amazing.
Yeah, it really, really is.
Yeah.
And Miss Mara, between 3 and 4 years old, um, I guess as a person going into a pre-K 4 classroom, as somebody's son or daughter, what do you expect them to know from when they were pre-K 3 students?
So what we expect them to learn is they know the rules, as you could see over there.
So cute.
You have all of your rules, your classroom expectations, everything that they're supposed to learn. They start learning their letter sounds, letter formation, and pre-K 3 is just the basic of it. But when you get into pre-K 4, you really start pulling in your numbers, your letters, how to write, how to recognize their name, their first and their last name, which is important because when you go to kindergarten, these are these skills that you're going to build off of.
Yeah, no, it's fantastic. One more question for all three of you, and I swear I'll let you go. And that is Hoboken. Why is Hoboken so unique as compared to other non-public schools in town or other districts and so on and so forth? We'll start with Ms. Smith.
You walk the streets of Hoboken and it is just an eclectic melting pot. And that is what our schools are like. And these children get to go to school with people that they may not normally walk around with, play with. And that is, I think, one of the most unique parts about our town.
Absolutely. Ms. Legal?
I mean, not to be biased, but we're pretty great.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're just awesome.
Like similar to what Director Mara said, you know, it gives the children an opportunity to enter a diverse classroom where, you know, they're exposed to different peers, different cultures, all of that fun stuff.
Unbelievable. And Ms. Best?
Well, I think parent involvement is second to none. I think our parents love being part of our program and we invite them to come into the classrooms and to volunteer to go on field trips. So parent involvement, I think, is definitely
Terrific.
amazing.
I have nothing else. You guys were great. I really, really appreciate it. Carolyn Best, Nicole Legal, and of course, Director Mara. Thank you so much. Congratulations. This program keeps getting larger and larger and larger. It is an unbelievable task from top to bottom, as you could say, and we really appreciate it from the bottom of our hearts.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you. Of course. Thank you so much. All right, folks. We will be right back.